Hi, David. How are you?
Hey Rachel, how you doing?
I'm doing well. So obviously in season three, we get to see a little bit of a change from David because, for lack of a better term, he went from having an illusion of power to actually having power.
That's
Um,
that's well put.
and so for you, how has that been kind of getting to be in charge in season three?
Well, similarly to David, I have sort of an illusion of power behind the scenes as well. I'm realizing, so this is making me reflect. It was fun. It was, it's another extension of what we're trying to do this season, which is just keep putting our characters in new situations. So it felt a fun new area to watch a character that we know and have established to put him in a situation where, in a way, he doesn't have the life preservers that are Ian and Poppy. In a way, they keep him afloat,
Mhm.
because he really thrives. Ultimately, he thrives in being the middleman, right? Like that's a little bit of a special skill. He's able to ultimately land the plane with them on board. But so now they're not on board, and we get to see how he does on his own, and that felt like a fun area to explore. And we wanted to come back and see him at least start the season doing well.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of sad. The entire show this season is a lot about friendships and relationships and
Mhm.
people who don't know how to talk about wanting friends. But David kind of loses the two friends that he had at the end of season two. And so, with that dynamic, and everyone's kind of functioning in new relationships in season three, what was the most exciting for you for David? Because they're all new, even though they're characters we've known. Like the dynamics
Uh-huh.
are obviously different.
Well, it was it was fun to have a leg up on Ian for at least a part of the season. To feel like I'm doing something that you couldn't execute. I'm bringing a movie to life.
Yeah.
How's it feel, sucker? But the fun of it always is undercutting ultimately. So I think a new wrinkle too, which was fun, particularly this season, is Joe Manganiello being involved. And it was fun to kind of to be in scenes with him and to watch him interact with him and Rob had some fun improv moments. I remember specifically in the mocap studio. So we got some of those in the show, but there's plenty of it on the cutting room floor. That's pretty funny.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's one of my favorite parts of this season, I think, is he has some great one-liners that you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm gonna be thinking about that for way too long.
Oh, great.
Um, but obviously David and Joe's relationship continues to grow in this season, even though Joe still thinks she kind of has more power. Um, how was your relationship with Jesse? Like, how did the two of you kind of find those really funny moments between these two characters who are so different but seem to work really well together?
Well, I think the great thing about Jessie is that she's game to do anything, and but she wants to remain, she has her own thoughts about the character, obviously, and she's true to the character and comes in with a angle that is, particular to her. So she brings something really strong, but she's willing to, play around. And I am obviously willing to make a fool of myself as well. So together we keep trying to, like, even when we're filming the scene, find the new little things that bring something a little bit new to the scene that may not even be on the page.
Thank you so much. I am so happy that Mythic Quest is back,
Oh,
and I
good.
can't wait for everyone to see season three.
Oh, great. It's
Thank
great
you
to
for
hear.
talking with
Thanks.
me.
All right, bye
Thanks.
bye.